Do one of you want to do the honors of counting down for the interview? It's like 3, 2, 1.
That's my job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 3, 4. Welcome to the Covet interview.
My name's Christian from Earworm Digital, and I'm here with. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
This is the timekeeper of Covet, Forrest Rice. Or I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. No, never mind. Here you go, Yvette.
Okay, off to a great start.
Hello, I am the guitarist and riff crafter of Covet.
Hi, I'm David, and I play bass and have my pedals fail.
Oh,
That's what I do.
rip, big rip.
I also didn't say my name. Did I say my name?
You did not.
I didn't say my name. My name is Yvette.
Wait, if she's Yvette, but then wait. What? Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is off to a great start. I love it. But yeah, thanks for coming down to do this. And I just want to say, first things first, how was the drive down?
I did not do the driving. I will hand it to the person who did.
I believe the term or the idiomatic phrase is smooth as eggs.
Ooh, that's a new term I've heard.
Can agree the smoothness was that much of an egg. Yes.
I was completely out.
Out like a light.
She was out of the band.
Yeah.
Strapped on top.
Pretty much, yeah.
To be fair, we drove down from like Oceanside, so
Oh, okay. That's
it's
not too
really
bad,
not
though.
that
Yeah,
far.
Wow.
So we're probably
Yeah, of course.
totally.
Just gotta do common courtesy. Okay, but so for this year, you guys did. I think it's like was it 5-show run, mostly in California, and I just want to know because you guys have done this before. This ain't your first time, ain't your first rodeo. And luckily it's short this time, but usually you guys gone on longer tours, and I just want to know what you guys do to prevent yourself from like getting burnt out as long as the tour progresses. How do you guys keep each show with like high energy?
For me, I'm like super introverted, and I feel like I get easily overstimulated, which is funny because I play rock music. Haha, joke's on me. But I feel like what helps me I just prevent tour burnout is a lot of like alone reflection time. If I can, I will take hot baths because they help me kind of like de-stress. Going for walks sometimes, and I don't know what it is. It's probably an addiction, but just whenever I get boba, I feel better. So there's that.
Boba Fix is real. Man, I just try to get some sleep when I can, but I have the toughest time sleeping on tour. For some reason, I'm too excited after a show. I'm all like jacked after I play. I'm like, woohoo! So I try to just nap in the van when I can, but this tour has been really good because her significant other's here, mine is too, so it kind of feels like a big family band, and I don't know, it's been really nice, and this is only 6 shows, so yeah, I feel pretty good. Like if it were this times 4 and like a 30-show tour or something, I don't know, I'd be like, yo, this is a lot. Like, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on both those answers. Yeah, a lot of time to be by myself and reflect, especially on the longer tours. Good rest really helps. I've been stretching this tour, which has been normally my body starts to kind of give out after a while because of the lack of sleep, and I didn't used to really properly stretch before, so it was just kind of, I guess we're here and we're going for it. But this tour I've been doing stretch in the morning, stretch right before the set.
And you feel a difference?
A massive difference. It's actually like super huge. So I think, just really trying to take care of your body, the sleep, the food, eating regularly is all that stuff's critical.
That's great. Okay, moving on to my next question too. And believe it or not, I just kind of deep dived into the math rock genre. Before I mean, I knew about it, but I wasn't too I didn't know too much. But then I heard the song you guys did with San Holo, like Shibuya, and I got really into you guys. And I just want to know, how did that song come about?
I start most of the songs, and I was just sitting there noodling on a telly and I came up with a riff and I was like, oh, it's the one that like everyone pulls out their phone for. It's one's like
That's a great riff.
that one. And I was like, whoa, this is like a really fun riff. I want to build a song around it. So I think I fleshed it out around 90%, 95%, and then I took it to practice with these guys, and I think it had everything except the ending, and we didn't really know how to finish the song, and I think you came up with the idea of repeating the motif, but then cutting off like a few. Yeah. So he like varied the meter at the end, so it was like the end result was like collaborative, and then we asked. Well, at the time the song was finished, and then San had like a part that he heard over it, and he played over it, and that's how that song happened.
That's cool. Yeah, the song, what does it say? Chef's Kiss. It's
Aw.
great.
Thank you.
All right, now let's bring it back to the past, though. I want to know, when you guys were growing up, like, what type of music you listen to? What influenced you guys as musicians?
Do you want to take it first?
Sure. What got me into music was actually, I was just like, my answer. It was the movie School of Rock made me want to play music. Funny enough.
Because of that movie, you wanted to learn guitar at first, right?
Yeah, I picked up guitar. Had no idea what a major scale was, so that was not going to happen. And then I could hear a beat though and play a beat, so I just kind of gravitated towards drums. And then found indie rock and Death Cab and Tokyo Police Club, and the singer Dave Monks was wearing a Maps and Atlases shirt, and I listened to the band Maps and Atlases, and that was the first time I ever heard math rock, and that definitely left an impression. But yeah, that's kind of where it started for me.
For me, I grew up playing like classical music, so I played violin in orchestra, and then I was a competitive pianist for a while. I know that sounds really funny, but they do like piano competitions. So my mom was like, my whole family background is classical, and everyone was really pushing me to go that route. But long story short, I got sick, and I was like, I really always wanted to learn guitar because I grew up going to shows in high school. I'd like sneak out and like go to like the teen rec center, you know, and see some like emo band or whatever. So I really always liked the energy of just a group of people playing together on stage. And I had some songs written at the time for myself, but I always really wanted to play it with other people because I really admired, I guess it was really romantic to me, the idea of like a bunch of friends touring around and like playing music in a different town every night. And it was really cool because I grew up watching people basically command an audience, and everyone was really happy. Like, the cool thing about shows is I feel like everyone already has something in common, and that's the love of music or the love of even a particular band playing that night. So it just feels very welcoming, and I always wanted to be a part of that, and I guess I met these guys, and that happened.
Dreams come true.
Yeah, my family, I was raised, my folks always played like Cat Stevens and the Beatles and stuff like that, and Cream and The Who, and those were a lot of like my earlier influences on music. I think from a young age, I don't know what gravitated me towards bass, but I always wondered why, like, I'd hear the vocal and I'd hear the guitar and stuff, but I was always wondering what was that thing that kept the song together. And I don't know, eventually I learned, like, oh, there's a whole instrument for that. It's called the bass. And so I was like, oh, I hear that. That's cool. So I started playing briefly when I was like in 7th grade, and then I learned like a few bass lines, and I was like, I can play bass, but I'm not a bass player, if that distinction means anything. And I stopped, and then a couple of friends of mine in high school were like, hey, we play guitar and drums. We need a bass player. Don't you play bass? And I was like, I can play a bass theoretically. And so then from there, when I started playing, I started learning a little bit of music theory, and then I heard the band Tool, and I heard the band the Mars Volta, and yeah, they just totally captured my imagination, and I've been down that kind of crazy path ever since. It was like kind of a lot of progressive rock and metal, and then I heard a jazz album called Gently Disturbed by Avishai Cohen, and it like blew my face off. That was when I was like 20, and so then I got in a big jazz phase for a while, and then I heard this album by a guy named Andy Schaaf. He's a Canadian singer-songwriter in 2016. And he has an album called The Party, and that just blew my socks off. So I've been listening to a ton of that sort of stuff recently.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, hold that mic, David.
Yes.
As a thank you for doing this interview, I actually have some gifts for you guys.
Oh, on top of
Well,
the
actually, more
yearbook?
gifts. Yeah, more
So
yearbooks.
generous.
And so I'm gonna give you guys some gifts, and if there's any meaning behind it, just let me know. Hopefully, this does not go wrong.
I'm just gonna try to be as stone faced as possible.
Okay, for you, let's do it in order. Since you're holding the mic first, David.
Yes, sir.
I got you a 9 Inch Nails record.
Yo! Whoa! Awesome, man. LP plus a 7-inch?
Yeah.
Yo, broken.
2 in 1.
Let's get it, Trent. Let's do it. Hell yeah! Thank you so much. That's very
You're
sweet and
welcome.
thoughtful of you. Oh, some of the best bass tones ever.
All right, and moving
Congrats,
down the
David.
line, I actually have a gift for you too. And this is not meant to be racist because I heard in an interview one of your one of your music videos was inspired this. I think it might be Nero or Sea Monster. I'm not too sure. You tell me because you know more than I do. I got you a Godzilla vinyl
I love this. I love this. There's, yeah.
because I heard one of your music videos was inspired by Godzilla. Am I wrong or?
I mean, I do enjoy the film. I'm trying to think. Maybe Sea
I'm thinking
Dragon?
Sea Dragon, but I'm not too sure.
Oh no, I did actually. One of the music videos that I really enjoy is there's this band Three Trap Tigers, and they have this song called I think it's for 11, and they used found footage of the old Gojira movies. So.
Oh,
Yo,
show it to the
maybe
camera.
Maybe this should be fun.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I love this, and it's not racist. So rest assured,
It's just
fine.
art. That's great.
I approve of this gift.
That was great
Thank
to hear.
you.
You're welcome. All right, and last but not least, the man himself, Forrest. And I heard you're. I mean, we talked. David said he was a little bit jazzy guy, but I heard you are as well.
Uh-oh.
So I
Let's
got
see.
you two
Oh.
jazz greats in one
What?
record.
What?
It's
What is this?
Miles Davis, Water
Oh,
Babies,
shit.
but it also has Herbie Hancock playing
What?
as well.
Thank you.
You're
Oh
welcome.
wow. Oh whoa, what a cover.
Interesting cover.
Dang. This is so cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh man, I'm so excited to
Of
listen
course.
to this.
Oh wait,
Oh,
yeah, that does
wow.
work out.
Oh, this is Tony Williams on drums. Oh,
Even better.
The goat. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Kind of a
Thank
goated
you.
album, though.
Wow, Chick Corea's on this, and Herbie, and Miles, and Wayne Shorter, and Ron Carter. Everyone's on this record, dude.
All right.
Good find, man.
Thank
Wow.
you, thank
And
you.
I've never heard this one before, so I'm really excited. man.
Okay, and you know what, Forrest, since you're holding the mic, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's good?
All right, did the band recruit you after you made district finals in in the Guitar Center
I know,
drum off?
right? It's funny. Dave was actually there at the 2014 grand
Oh,
finals.
so you were scouted early
He
on.
was
then.
there, but Dave and I played music in another band, the Illustrated Violet, in like 2010, and then he moved and joined. He went back up after he graduated and joined Covet around when it started, right when in 2014. And then they recruited me after I was a merch guy, and I will admit I was
You were
the
the worst
worst merch guy. I had no idea what merching was. I was decent. I could have been a lot better. Wasn't the best, that's for sure. But yeah, I was just there, and I met them, and I feel like they knew I was a decent hang, and yeah. And then after the San Holo tour was coming up, and they're like, "Hey, we need Forrest," and I was like, "All right, here I am." So yeah, let's learn this set. Yeah, and we wrote Shibs right then. But
Okay.
anyway,
I got one last question for you, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah, what's
wondering,
yeah.
what can you tell me about Board the Mothership?
Oh, wow. What a deep cut. Board the Mothership was my cover band that I played in. Shout out Courtney. But my dude Scott Nelms playing guitar for Wolfie was in Board the Mothership
Oh,
with
okay.
me
It
as
all
well.
comes full circle
So
then.
yeah, he played, and we would do. This was probably the best cover band though I could have been in, because Courtney was a total rock star, and he had a wireless rig, and he would run across tables and snatch people's beers out of their hand. I swear he even motorboated a stranger one time.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this is some like, I'm glad I'm in this cover band. If I'm going to be in a cover band. So I was in that for like 3 years, and I kid you not, we played 2 gigs a week for like almost 2 or 3 years.
That's
and
crazy.
it felt like forever. And I swear we would play 4-hour sets, no break. it was a lot of playing, but that's kind of what I think gave me my live boom bap hours in. So I don't know. I feel like I can just be loose on stage because I did that cover gig for a minute. But yeah. So yeah, good find. Board the
Thank you.
Mothership. Check
Appreciate
them
it.
out. Check
Alright.
out the Christmas album. If you could find the Board the Mothership Christmas album, you've won the game.
All right. Pass the mic. Pass the mic. All right. And for Yvette, I got some questions for you as well.
I'm nervous.
And you know, I think everyone knows who knows you. You're very multifaceted. You know, you're an artist, musician. You even perform in some skits. You know, but that's besides the point. I want to know though. Do you remember something called Felt Up?
Yo, how did you find that? Yo, what? That's so crazy. Yeah. I in college I was an art student in college at UCLA, and I'm shook that you found that still. So I guess I started making little buttons and stuff out of illustrations that I was making, and at the time I really like spooky stuff, so I made like eyeballs and bats and like severed hands. I had like a little store where I sold them, but it was very short-lived because I was busy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I could tell you're a busy person.
Yeah. The store is called Felt Up, which is really edgy. It's real because it's all felt, but I was like an edgelord 10,000 back then, so don't cancel me for the name of my store in college.
All right, and I got one last question for you too. What can you tell me about this band called Astral Chasm?
Oh, yo, my boys. So I always wanted to start a band, and when I was at UCLA, I met some people, I think, just from the local music scene there, Cameron, Jordan, and Daniel, and we all just jammed out in Cameron's garage in Glendale, and it was my first band at the time. We had like, I think 3 songs. We went to the studio once, and then we played like one show, and that was it. But those guys are all in different projects right now. I'm trying to remember the name of Cameron's project. I think it's Sufi or something. I feel awful that I can't remember right now. But I'm really happy to see that everyone's still playing music. We had to stop because I moved back to the Bay Area, so I wasn't able to, jam in a garage in Glendale anymore. So, yeah, nice deep finds.
All right, and last but not least. All right. I think he knows what's coming. But first off, this one is more of like, I've noticed this, and so I just want to ask. I've heard that during some shows you play barefoot. Can you tell us what's so liberating about that?
What's liberating about that? I love that. That's a great verb. It just feels good to get them out there, get the boys out. No, we do, and we really that's kind of the impetus behind the name Covet. It's like they covet those those foot pics. No, got some digital fans.
Never too late.
No, the barefoot thing came along because I play with one shitload of pedals, and I oftentimes like to make adjustments on the fly. When Yvette's changing her guitars and tunings and stuff, I get to do all sorts of fun sound effects, and I think it's more dynamic when I get to affect it in real time. The other benefit, so having toes is much easier to kind of, get in there. The other benefit of it too is traditionally I've had a hard time monitoring my bass on stage, and so if I have, excuse me, I got a burp.
No worries.
Away from you, don't worry. No, the other benefit of the barefoot thing too is that I can, if I can't really hear my bass on stage, I can feel it through my feet, which is another kind of like bonus to the whole thing. So I can feel the stage vibrating, and I know if I'm hitting in time. But yeah.
Cool. And the last question, let's see if Forrest predicted it. What can you tell me about the band Ghosts in the Aqueduct?
There it is. The deepest cut, yeah. That was my first band.
That was your high school band?
My high school band with Jacob Williams and Sean Lindemann. Yeah, wow. Those were the friends who I referred to early in the interview who were like, "Hey, don't you play bass? I play guitar. I play drums. Can't you play bass?" I was like, "Well, let's find out." And wow, yeah, no, I was in that band for a couple years in high school. It was kind of like a jam band type format. I learned a lot. The guy Jacob from that band taught me a lot of like my entry level music theory stuff, and was a very guiding influence in my early musical journey. And Sean Lindemann mixed the Currency EP because he went to audio engineering school up in San Francisco, and we got him in on it. And yeah, I played my I played my first gig with those guys, and yeah, a lot of fun memories.
That's
Those
cool.
were good times. Good. Damn, you do your research, man.
All right. Well, this interview is running a little bit long, but thanks for taking time to do the interview.
Really
And I got
quick.
one last question for you.
I just wanted to add, I remember the name of their band currently. It's Tufon. So I just wanted
Good save.
to add
Good
that.
save. I got one last question for you guys. You guys know each other a long time. Let's end it on a fun one. Do you guys have any pet peeves of each other?
Oh my gosh. All right.
Wait, don't start with me. Start with Dave.
Okay. All right, Dave.
Mine is starting with me.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
My favorite pet peeve of Forrest that I love to roast him on is he is one of the most coordinated individuals with his feet and hands that I personally know
Okay.
on a drum kit.
Okay.
But when he's off, I have this on-running joke with him where he's stepped on my feet more than any other individual in my
Dave.
over 46 times I think we got.
46?
The count started in 2010.
Oh my
It was
god.
that bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna start counting, and we're still to this day.
We're still to this day. So we're on 46. That was about 3 or 4 months ago. And yeah, it's building.
That's just this year, 46. So count starts.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
My biggest pet peeve with Yvette is that she's so damn good at everything. It's just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, save some talent for the rest.
Hey!
I have one pet peeve for both of you. It's the same thing.
Oh.
They both know that I have a severe fart phobia. Like I'm terrified of farts. I'm gonna look into the camera as I say this. I am terrified of farts. I don't want to. They're like stinky ghosts that you just can't see and you can't avoid. Like I'd like farts better if they were like colored so you could like avoid them. But when you're in a van with a bunch of dudes, like farts are just inevitable. And you know, I too sometimes will do the forbidden thing, but you know, I feel like they're very polite. They're very polite, and they try to avoid doing it around me. But I guess I'm just scared of it. One time it happened when we were at a hotel, and I like cried. Like,
Oh my god.
I think it was already like a very stressful day of travel.
Okay.
Like we missed our connecting flight, so we had to stay at a hotel in Canada. And Dave was just doing it as a joke, and this is when I discovered that I was like terrified of them. And I was like in a ball, crying because I hate farts, and laughing because it's absurd that I have this phobia.
At least
You
you're
know.
aware. Yeah.
I looked her direct in the eye from 30 feet away, and I was like, "Hey, Yvette." She just goes. I was like, "Uh-oh."
So yeah, this applies to everyone.
Okay, I'll start with Yvette. She'll be like, "Hey, this part's really dancey," and I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, this part's in 11. And you want what? Oh man, that's so fun to work with, though. I love that. Try to put Dancy in the 11. No, that was the couch. It's the couch, I swear. Oh my god. And then I don't know. Dave and I we're so in sync. It's just drum and bass all the time. But yeah, one time in the morning, I just woke up and I was just walking down the stairs. I'm super tired, and Dave's just like, "Hey, Forrest is walking down the stairs," or "Good morning." And I look at Dave and I was like, "Stop observing me." And I think that's been his favorite line since. So anytime Dave's observing me is my pet peeve. Yeah, that's about it.
That's great.
That's
All right. Thank you so much for doing the interview. But I actually have one last gift for you guys.
Oh man.
But this one is like invaluable, and it's just time.
Aw.
I'm gonna give one of you guys the mic. I'm stepping out of frame. You guys could say anything you want, plug anyone you want. The time for the end of the interview is all yours.
We can all say one thing, maybe.
One thing each, right? Or one thing together as a group.
It's up to you guys.
Stay safe and healthy.
Yeah.
Plug whatever you
Plug whatever you want. Plug yourself, boy. Whoa.
Come on, Dave, peg yourself.
Wait, what was that? Yeah. I also play in a band called Vesper Sales, and we're gonna record some more music. And I'm just very grateful to all the fans who have come out for this tour and been so enthusiastic. It's an absolute privilege and honor to play in front of people who care so much, and I never thought I'd be a part of something like this, and I'm just eternally grateful. So, thank you.
Double miking. Stereo. Whoa. I know. I guess in addition to Covet, I play piano and violin in my solo project, and I'm working on new music for that. But I have 2 records out, but they're like super old, so I'm hoping after all this touring to book some time to be able to do that. We're also working on a new record, which I'm really excited for because it's going in an even new direction. I feel like as an artist, I always just want to grow. I don't want to just do the same thing every time. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I just wanted to thank everyone for being so patient with me. I know I'm not the best at responding. I know a lot of people have hit me up for painting guitars. I'm trying to get back into that. I'm just trying to get a spray booth sorted so I can start finishing in my garage. So thank you for being patient with me, being the worst replier in the world. I wish I had more pieces of myself to give, but I'm a mere mortal, and I have to take time to just decompress sometimes. So thank you.
Yeah, well, double. No, it's all good. I have a new project called Wolfie, and we're opening tonight before Floral, so that's cool. It's the second show ever. The first one was last night, and it went off so cool. I literally couldn't believe it. I was just like the first time we'd played together was during the sound check. And Schuler flew in from New York, the bass player. Scott Nelms from the Illustrated Violet and from Board the Mothership is here playing guitar. So that's cool. So check out Wolfie. I also play drums in a group called Standards. Album came out just called Yum. I'm on all those tracks. Check that out. And yeah, stay safe out there, and hope you come to the next show when shows are popping. You can find us on Spotify, Instagram, what is it, Vine, MySpace, xxvideos.com.
Friendster. We have a huge Friendster presence.
what was
You
that
wouldn't
Zanga, Angel Fire, Neopets.
Not TikTok though. You will never find us there ever. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe
don't
one
don't
day.
even don't look there.
Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, OnlyFans.
Yeah, the OnlyFans is up and running. We're gonna have to.
Maybe Twitch one day. Who knows? Not yet. So don't look yet until you get the go ahead. Anyway.
I started doing cameos, so I tell people happy birthday. I've gotten some requests to roast people and tell them to give up on their dreams. I'm slightly less comfortable with doing those, but I will do it. So yeah. I have Bandcamp too, I guess, music, Spotify, you know.
Yeah, where can you find me? I'm notoriously bad at being on the internet and being on my phone, so you probably won't be able to find me most likely unless I'm directly in the presence of yourself. So if I happen to be around you, say what's up. But other than that, I guess I'll try to be better.
He won't.
I have faith in you.
This is my third pet peeve for David.